Today on the channel, we got a hairy bipedal creature alert from the Powers of Grayskull Mattel Creations exclusive. We got the Red Shadow.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Creations exclusive Powers of Grayskull action figure, this time with Red Shadow. But for all your Red Shadow needs, Mattel Creations. But everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock item. 'Tis the season to save over there at Jay's. A lot of stuff to pick up and a lot of stuff to do in this unboxing. And we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this is part of that Powers of Grayskull subline. We've got a few figures from. They're kind of peppering those out. Maybe 3 or 4 a year is what it's looking like, as they're trying to continue the brand, continue on the Masters of the Universe here from the Origins and all the crossover stuff. So gotta get the most out of your molds, gotta get the most out of everybody's wallets. We know how it goes from there. But we're gonna dive into this hairy bipedal creature alert here with the Red Shadow, who I've never heard of in my entire life. However, they had me at hairy bipedal creature with the mask. That's all it takes to win me over sometimes. And that's what we got going on with this one here. So excited to get this and to add this to the Beastman collection, I guess is what we'll call it. But looking good in the packaging here. We know about this Powers of Grayskull packaging. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. However, in a plot twist, man oh man, old UPS, not FedEx this time, took this one to task. As you can see right there in the middle of the logo, got a nice hole right here. It was harpooned right through the packaging. Oh, hate to see that. I saw it on my front step. I said, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Luckily, I'm opening this one up, but I have been saving the packaging. I don't know why. I guess maybe that's the gods telling me, Kyle, you got to throw this packaging away. You don't need this packaging. Get rid of it. So I guess I will be getting rid of the package here. But it does got Red Shadow, Powers of Grayskull, the canceled line that was going to continue on the He-Man legacy that never happened. Looking amazing over here. Somebody needs to make a movie about this guy. I could see a whole tribe of these guys like trying to kill people. Be like the island of Dr. Moreau on steroids is what it could be. Looking very regal over here, very noble. I'm here for this character, man. As a kid, I'd be making up all kinds of stories with him. And then there he is squaring off against some other guys. So some cool Easter eggs there of maybe future figures we're going to get. We'll see what ends up happening. But besides that, no blurb, nothing like that. It does say Club Grayskull. And I think you can only get these if you do wear a collared shirt, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to get them out of the package here. And I think the best way is to go in through the back door. And I've always found that in my life. If you go through the back door, you're batting pretty good there. And that's exactly what we did. Right through the back door, ready to go, ready to take on the world. See you later. Put some spin on it. Goodbye. Do get the little box right here. Good smelling box too, I will say that. Everybody likes a nice smelling box, as we know. Looking pretty good here. This is one of those things you could save and put this around your display. It could be a little ruin, anything like that. But a little cardboard box there. Give the old heave-ho, see you later. And then we'll get this. We got a little baggie here, full of weapons and a mask. It is the Red Shadow after all. See you later, goodbye. It's kind of like the White Shadow. Wasn't that about basketball? I think so. It used to be on Nick at Night back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to one of the Van Patten boys. Not Dick Van Patten, but one of his kids, I think, was in the White Shadow. If my dad was here, he'd fill us in. He'd say, oh yeah, the White Shadow aired on ABC from 1976. He'd give us the whole details, but he's not here. I wish I could phone a friend. See you later, goodbye. We do get the little card, I guess not card on this one. I was expecting the little card action, but it's actually the comic action. We're here for that. See you later, goodbye. Almost stuck the landing on that. Shadow of the Wolf, it says right here. We got Shirella here in a nice position. She's ready to go. She's ready for the wolf, apparently. Who knows? But what do we got going on in here? We got Shirella in here. We got some He-Man. We got some Teela. Ooh, I see Mossman in here. All kinds of friends. So we're building the universe, mixing and matching. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. But you got a nice little comic book ready to go. And then we got the Red Shadow locked up in the plastic prison. I believe we've seen this body before with Beastman, possibly Mossman as well. Looks like the head is new, if I'm not mistaken, but at the end of the day, it is a hairy blue bipedal creature, and I love a little blue creature from time to time. Like a young Smurf, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? We're going to pop him out. There we go. Twist ties. Did I get them all? You know we got to save these twist ties. We're going to build a home of twist ties one of these days. See you later, goodbye. A lot of see you later, goodbye in this one here today, but let's dive into it. Let's start off with the accessories. Interesting piece of business there. So we do got a spear. Looks like he's got a big spear. It's got like a stone he carved out of there. Very primitive species, this wolf species here, apparently. Got the handle down here in brown. Got some holders right there in the middle. Looking good for what it is. He's got a little knife. Once again, it's like he made this knife himself, all out of stone with a little bit of, I would say tape, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe some wrapping from a tree, maybe. I don't know what he did. Got that going on. And I guess this is a club? I don't know, it almost looks like a Nerf football is almost what it reminds me of. It's got those wings on the end, but I guess we'll call this a club. Very rudimentary. Once again, it's like a stick he broke off and just fashioned this himself. It's the old-timey days is what we got going on right here. And now we're going to dive into our guy, our man, our myth, our legend. And we're going to start with this mask. It's almost like a gorilla mask is what it looks like. And I don't know why you would wear this mask if you're this guy, because this is way more intimidating to, people causing trouble, causing a ruckus with you. I'd be more scared of a wolf man than I would a guy in a mask. Maybe that's just me. It almost makes him look kind of like a monkey man, like a Planet of the Apes, maybe. I don't know. Another hairy bipedal creature. But an interesting look, no doubt about it. So he's got his mask. I guess the mask gives him powers in some ways. But we're going to dive into the head sculpt here. Now, first thing I don't like is we got a hairy collar around his neck, but then you see a lot of neck. It looks very unnatural. It feels like this needs to be lined up better with the head. It looks strange, and it is strange. So I don't like that. It really takes away some of the pizzazz in the head sculpt department for me here with this collar just floating around. I don't know. Doesn't look good, and the neck is too long. It almost needs shaved down where it would go flush together or something. So I don't know. That's disappointing. I don't like that. And another disappointing thing I got seeing here is I thought for some reason he was going to have a movable jaw. Unfortunately, that is not the case. But he does got some big ears there. Got some blue eyes. Got the white pupils there. And he's got that pink on his ears and up in the hair. It almost looks like it's blood. If I was a kid, I'd imagine this is blood in here. He just tore somebody apart. He got a part of Mechaneck or something. He turned bad and ate Mechaneck. I don't know. But he does look extra dangerous in the face. I just don't like this fur collar up there. It's just a mess. He's keeping the at-home builds here. You should start a YouTube channel about how to do things around the house. Get a little vine here and you make it into your own purse. He's got a little pouch there. He does got a holster for his knife. Always nice to be able to store this stuff, so we do have that going on. 2 gripping hands out of the package. No extra hands with this guy, so he's going to grip it and rip it, and that's where he's going to end it. But it's nice to be able to hold stuff for him. He does got the Eternia Championship belt. I guess the Powers of Grayskull Championship belt. If I'm not mistaken, that is the Intercontinental belt from the Powers of Grayskull. Somebody fact check that in the comments. Got his fur diaper here. You know he's been to Eternia a time or two, and very fashion forward as he's matching it down in the leg warmer department. Got those Beastman-like feet down here. Looks like he needs a pedicure. Very sharp nails. Very hairy throughout and very blue throughout. A dark kind of blue color here. Looking extra wild. He does match his wrist gauntlets to his belt. Very fashion conscious once again. Arms all the way around for us. Single jointed elbow, side to side. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side. Removable. Of course, you can mix and match the pieces if you want to. We know how it goes with this origin style figures. Waist articulation. Big old splits if you need it. Leg goes up. Bend at the knee. Pretty good bends out of that. Thigh cut. How about boot cut? Ankles back, forth, side to side. Very rubbery in the toe department as well for him. But he is a hairy bipedal creature if I ever saw one. Once again, getting some reuse out of the Beastman molds. But man, oh man, I like this one a whole lot, but I'm taking out of it just a little bit in that head. It just sits very unnatural around his neck. I wish it looked better than it does, but it really takes me out of the game with him a little bit. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments, but just looks a little bit strange there. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know. I don't think I like it, though. That's the problem. Ugh. Hate to say it, but he does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Of course, use code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal over there at ringside. Looking good, though, outside of the collar and neck business. I wish there was a way to switch that and fix that a little bit, but I like the idea of this. I love a hairy bipedal creature. I love a werewolf-type creature. I'm here for this most of the time, but just a little bit off right there. Just a little bit off. That's what I'm going to say. But I did bring some friends. We're going to the Powers of Grayskull here. We got building out an army, I guess is what we're doing. And I'm sure we're going to get some more from Mattel Creations in 2026. So we'll have to stay tuned for that right there. But what do you think about this Wolfman? What do you think about this hairy bipedal creature? You picking this up? Do you need this in your shadow collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got 2 YouTube channels with content every single day for you. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And don't forget Patreon, YouTube channel memberships for even more content if that is your thing. So for the Powers of Grayskull, I'm Kyle.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?